Hey guys, this is Crabhunter. Welcome back to Warthunder. And today is actually going to be an interesting one. Well, I say today, I always say this one's always an interesting one. I hope everything is interesting. But I have recently pondered to myself, and I have recently discovered I haven't made a Russian plane video yet. In case you are wondering, this is the Russian plane, the Lag 11. This is a tier 3 Russian aircraft, and she is... Now, I will say one thing about the Russians. The way they fly is very similar to that of the Americans. Now, I don't know why, whether that's because of their flight models being pretty much the same, or other things like that, but they're very heavy fighters. Flying low and trying to like get around like a bit like a British or Japanese aircraft. I've yet to fly Japanese aircraft, but probably at some point I will eventually dump the family feud with them and just probably fly them, and eventually just go for it. But these planes are really quite fun when you get them right. I'm still getting them right, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but what can you do apart from flying correctly, of course. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, some of the Russian planes, some people say sometimes there is a bit of a Russian bias, and I'm at times I'm inclined to agree with them, especially when you have stuff like the Yak 9K, which for some reason has like, what was it, T? I can't remember. Well, it's like basically you've got an aircraft which has the capabilities of which has a 45mm cannon, and you're like, okay, how in Christ do you fit a 45mm cannon on bloody planes? And then, of course, the subtle reminder is prodded into your back. Only in Russia do they have stuff like that. But nah. So, yeah, you know, it's a bit of an interesting circle, that. Oh, Junkers. Junker. Oh, that's an earlier version as well. He's going fast. But, yeah, so, you know, as long as you perhaps use the flaps a lot, these things perhaps fly very similar, if not completely the same as... Yeah, fuck you! Ah, fuck. Who's on my tail? If the Yonker is on my tail, that is a bad sign. Right, time to swing. Yeah, I understand that you're quite determined to shoot me down. Of course, this is arcade. In real life, you'd die. Right. Who's he? Still on my tail? Fuck it, I'm gonna have to dive down. I don't, you know, I'm not, you know, unfortunately there's a fucking Stuka on my ass, and in real life I would have had him by now, but unfortunately, because we're in arcade, not so much. Come on, let me get away from this asshole. Come on. Right, I'm gonna have to sacrifice the kill that I kind of wanted to have. I'm pretty sure someone out there will probably want this. I mean, come on, it's a Yonker. When you're not being chased by them, it's actually quite a nice thing to have to shoot at. Like, really not. Aha! Fuck you. I like the dive. So there you go. You can escape from a Junkers. And there goes that Junker. Revenge. Oh, fuck off! Bastard, I wanted that. Ah, well, I did end up being shot at by him, so I'd rather him die in a horrible fiery death. And... damn it. Damn. Okay, never mind. Thought I could be cheeky. But now, Russian aircraft, very heavy fighters, as you can tell by this one falling from the sky quite effectively. 3 guys, 1 enemy fighter. What will happen? Someone will ram him. Hey, there he goes. He gave up. But now, to be honest with you, I have little to no knowledge of the Russian Air Force. There are people who say that it was a very effective Air Force, that, you know, ground attack aircraft were the key thing. And to be honest with you, I'm not... it makes a lot of sense, actually. Hang on. Ah, shit. Too late. Well, I will do what I can to help out our brethren. But anyway, I don't know. I'm mixed feelings about the Russians because, I mean, obviously, I think I can understand where they're coming from when they say, oh, this is a ground attack aircraft, because most, oh bollocks, right, okay. Shit. I got on my tail. No, we're all good. Just back out of it. But no, I don't. This is where my knowledge in history kind of falters, because I know a lot about Russian tanks. Well, I say I know a lot. I have a good understanding of Russian tanks. I've been about the T-34-85, the KV-1, the IS. You know, those series was very impressive. But I never really understood anything about the Russian air power and what their goal was. I mean, understandably, the Americans had kind of boasted the best of both worlds, if you can boast the best of both worlds, because not only did they have, did the Americans have the capabilities to shoot the living crap out of anything in the sky, they also could send fighters to hammer German positions, and often they did. Whereas with the Russians, all I know about the Russians is is after the war. You know, during the Cold War, or the Korean War, to be more specific, and then Vietnam, when Russian-made planes were being donated to the Vietnamese. You know, stuff which normally is only after the war. Yeah, you. Ah, and I'm on fire. An eye for an eye, you bastard. I'll try and see if I can land a base. No! 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 I'm landed! I'll land it! God damn it, you bastard! Oh, now he decides to run out. Ah! An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a fire for a fire. Well, that said, it's only one aircraft, so it's alright. 20mm belts. We're probably going to lose this one. Yeah, probably going to lose this one. But now, but yeah, so the Americans could fly aircraft and knock out enemy shipping and all that. With Russia, I don't really know, because mainly the Eastern Front was a more of a land-based war than anything else. I don't believe there was any kind of major sea battles, unless you're talking about ships perhaps having the occasional engagement with German submarines or something like that. Stuff like that. Yeah, I would say that's pretty much the entirety of Russia's, you know, sea battles. They had a Russian navy, and the Russian sailors were quite formidable troops. I mean, I'm basing my knowledge of what World War II plus Men of War. But Russia, I think Russia's main strength was their overwhelming ground superiority. Like, you know, they just had so many resources. They literally threw men at Stalingrad. And I think that's kind of, at times, as much as people will say, oh, but the Russians had tactics, and oh, the Germans made mistakes. And, you know, definitely Germany made mistakes, but at the same time, you can't deny that one of the main strengths that both America and Russia shared was the fact that they were big countries, and they had lots of people who lived in their countries. So their manpower capabilities were absolutely... oh, did someone ram him? Oh, for God's sake. Or who did he ram someone? I don't know. Either way, he's an asshole. You know, but yeah, like I was saying, you know, both of the... ooh, that was quite nice. You know... Ooh, he's slow. Aha! And this is... My evil plan has become successful. No, but, ooh, hello. Ooh, that was lucky. But yeah, so I would, as much as, I mean, I'm not an expert, so feel free to perhaps correct me in the comment section down below if you have a bit more knowledge. But that's the kind of feeling I'm getting, is whenever you talk about Russia in the Second World War, it is always a sense of they have a fuck ton of infantry, and they don't care how much they waste. You know, Stalingrad, for example, number order 227. Now, England certainly couldn't have done the same kind of order. You know, England could never have ordered her own troops to be shot during the Second World War because there wasn't as many. It's just quite a simple fact. We were on our own. Nobody was coming to support us at that time. The Yanks were still saying that, you know, fudge buckles. Ow, bollocks. Is he down? I hope he's down. That one moment where you're trying to turn, it's just like, no, I'll just fly straight into you, because you're easier to kill. Bugger. Right. Right, with my somewhat favourite aircraft. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so England couldn't have done that. So, you know, I reckon the Russians did have a sense of superiority with their numbers. But at the same time, you know, they did have some pretty impressive methods of fighting. I mean, the Russians' T-34-85, for example, or sorry, the T-34. Ah, okay, we're going to be outnumbered in a few minutes. You know, both... Oh, God, that's embarrassing. I'll try and help my friend out. Now, this is a freaking amazing plane. Don't you dare! Oh, Jesus Christ, that was close. But yeah, I'd say this is what we all know about this plane. This is the IL-2 Sternfleet. This is probably what you hear most about. I mean, there's like a whole game series on this plane. Really popular one, apparently, if I'm not mistaken. Fuck you! Yeah! Yeah, this is pretty much one of my favourite planes in the Russian Air Force. Mainly because she operates quite similar to either a Viewfighter, she operates quite similarly to a, well, she operates quite similar to pretty much every ground attack aircraft I've got at the moment. And she can take a crap ton of punishment. Yeah, we're about to lose this game, by the way. If you haven't been paying attention to the scoreboard, they've got 14 targets left. We've only got 2, and 2 people have already left. So yeah, this is pretty much going to be one where we don't win. But you know, I quite like flying this thing and talking about stuff historically. I mean, I do talk about historical stuff in a sense. I do state I enjoy history. And, fuck off, you bastard, Blenheim. Still recovering from a cold. Oh no, 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 no! If a nut bombs this plane. Too late. No! Fuck you. Too late. Bollocks. Hey, I got a fighter. Final blow as well. Just as he died, it's like, yeah! Oh! Yeah, so now we have to listen to like, what, 5 minutes worth of sad, depressing music. But I came first. So, impressive as well. So we failed the mission, but we got fighter, final blow, and a battle trophy. So I feel proud, nonetheless. And we're all good, so let's go back into it again before we get depressed. What we'll do is I'll, oh, never mind. But yeah, so, Russia. Let's go back to Russia. Russia itself, much more of a land power than anything else. I would say it's more of a land power than things. But, you know, that said, the Russians had good aircraft. The IL-2, for example. I don't know what other famous aircraft they've got. You see, when you hear about aircraft, you don't think of Russia, do you? But they had them. I said, though, their choice of aircraft at the beginning of the war was kind of shit. I mean, in some aspects, they're like really... Actually, should I go IL-2 or lag? I'll go lag again. So, yeah, what about them in the game? You know, Warthunder. Well, obviously I'm in the arcade mode, so I can't really say they're operating to their historical conditions, and I'm not an expert on aircraft anyway, so I couldn't tell you even if I was on even real battles. But I'll definitely say they're pretty similar to how the Americans fly, only slightly worse. Either because the armament is very specific, or they just are a pain in the ass to fly. They are very fat and heavy aircraft, and I reckon probably higher tiering Russian aircraft are probably much better to fly than, say, where I'm at the moment. Because at the moment all I've got is one cannon, a cannon and one machine gun. You would have thought 2 machine guns, but no, only 1. But, you know, there you go, there's Russia for you. And we've got a Japanese Bf-109. Great. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some Russian aircraft which are absolutely deadly, like the Tier 1 Russian I-153. That is frighteningly deadly. I absolutely love that thing. I remember playing in a Tier 1 match, I believe, when Rexasaur, a good friend of mine, he was just joining Warthunder, and I said, "Yo, we'll fly. I'll fly my Tier 1 Russian aircraft because I need to upgrade that." And what I didn't realise was that the 153 is absolutely the most devastating thing, because in that match I got like 12 kills. And I'm like, holy shit! My best result ever. Aha! Yeah! We separated you. Wahaha. Who are you? You're all on your own, you. Haha. Was that someone trying to use high incendiary ammunition, or was that rockets? I can't remember. Oh, fuck yeah! That's awesome. Thank you for dying. Whoa. Yeah, like I said, this thing's a heavy aircraft, so when you get down on something, gain as much altitude. Boom and zoom for sure. Yeah, boom. Oh, jeez. La 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 la. Try ducking down again. If we can hit AAA and R. He's down. And now we've got that BF-109 to go for. Or not, because there's an enemy fighter coming up onto my 6. No, it's an enemy lag. Fly towards our friends. Ah, okay. Try and reload. How much do I have to reload? Shit. Okay. Try and swing around as far. Make as much of a wide berth as possible so that by the time... Oh, is he gone? No, he's not. He's coming. Right, okay. He's got backup on the way. But I've got a machine gun now. Ho, ho, ho. So now I can now at least do something. Ah. Too late. Same aircraft as me. Fuck are you? Well dueled out though. Well played. Oh shit! The pilot hit the ground. Ouch. That's a horrible way to die. I'm free. I can live. Smack into the wall. Right, now let's get the fuck out of Dodge before we die. I always like it whenever you can do that, because that basically flips the finger on him. It's like, oh, I couldn't get you. And then I just return fire to just shoot him down. I actually once, on one occasion, was able to, like... I was being chased down by someone, and they were having a really good go at trying to shoot me down, so kudos to them for trying. And, but the thing is, they made the mistake of overshooting. Or, was it overshooting, or was I just slowed down? I think I just slowed down. And it was because of me just slowing down and them shooting it and all that. It was so hilarious. Because I literally just went, hello, black, one burst, and it went going down in a blaze of glory, or in this case, a blazing fire. Right, so Spitfire has the advantage in the turning fight. Yes! Right, I've bucketed him up a bit. Yep, there we go. Right, there's a yak. Now what's likely to happen is he's either going to go head on with someone like that and crash. I really don't get why people think that's a good idea to do, because they've gotten rid of the capabilities for you to actually be credited with a kill. For like, very honourable. Yeah. I think ever since Jingle said that, now everyone's probably just going to spam that now. Like, I am a very honourable person. Hello, Mr. I. Oh shit, it's one of those fighters. Zero float edition. Yeah, screw you, floaty. Oh, crap. No, 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 no. I can't quite say whose fault was that who there, because it was either his fault for being super close to the fighter or my fault, because either way. Right. Well, we're in a yak now. But anyway, so what was I talking about earlier with the Russians? I can't remember. I think everyone's now starting to jump into the thread on the left-hand side, so leaving their stuff. Well, that said, I think it's because there's like loads of enemy. I can see loads of enemy ships and stuff. So I'm imagining all the enemies have just killed off everything on that side, so now they're coming over here to pick off the remains. Damn it! But yeah, Russian aircraft, not bad. You know, they're not great. I prefer to fly either American, German, hell yes, German, and Britain. But I wouldn't say that the Russians... Oh, fuck off! Jesus Christ, that was close. I wouldn't say that the Russians had a bad aircraft. I would definitely state, though, that they were very much Americanized. They fly quite similar to the Americans. At least that is within my experience. If you find that the Americans fly different for whatever reason, feel free to let me know. But these are boom and zoomers for damn sure, and they're all very heavy aircraft. They all share the same trait with Russia. Right, Spitfire. I'll go for a Hurricane, because Hurricanes eat planes like myself for breakfast. You're on fire. Fire damage to a Hurricane is like napalm to a forest. Another little complaint I would say is that their ammunition capacity in most of these Russian aircraft is very poor. Either that's because of a sort of a kind of... Whoa, ducking. Either because... I mean, obviously these are like, what? Oh, bastard. Either that's because of the... Well, as I said, they are quite a heavy fighter, so obviously... Actually, no, let's just get the IL-2 Sturmovik out now. Get the big guns. Come on, load! There we go. But now, I would say Russian aircraft are possibly my least favourite to fly, because they're too kind of specific. I'd say that's one. I mean, there are Russian aircraft which I would love to get, and I am going to keep flying them because, you know, you have to fly them, they're Russian. But at the same time, I reckon probably higher tier, they're probably going to change. But that said, at the moment, I'm not a big fan of Russian aircraft. I mean, their bomber choice is very poor. I mean, so is England, but let's face it, England lacks in bomber superiority, they make up for in fighters. What America lacks sometimes in fighter superiority, despite many of you guys saying, oh, the spot, oh, bugger hell. That's a lot of enemy fighters. Right, let's see what we can do. Probably a fair amount of you were like, oh no, American fighters are amazing, and all that jazz. I would maintain that they're not all... Oh, they're all dead. Oh, he's died. Right, okay, cool. Yeah, let's just pounce on him for a second. Right, we hit him. Cool. Right, into the fray we go. Duck, 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 duck. Swing round. This is why the IL-2 Sturmovik is very good. She minces all. Everything is black. I will just note that every part of this fuselage and plane and everything is black. And she's still shooting down aircraft like nobody's business. Unfortunately, though, I have lost all sense of aerodynamics, and I'm pretty much bait for any fighter who wants to have some. But that said, I have shot down like 3 aircraft within like a few minutes. So, yeah, kudos to me for that one. Unfortunately, on this occasion as well, the game is pretty much not going to go in our favour. If I can just about sneak out of here. Or not, I'm dead. Landed. And within the field. Boom. But yeah, so, yeah, Russian aircraft, very specific. And, game over. So, I was on hand. Oh, we won! Yeah! Hells yeah. It's taken a while, but we'll say that that was the last triumphant stand of the IL-2. I mean, you know, the Russians have fighter bombers. They have pretty effective fighters, but I would say Germany, I don't know, in summary, okay, let's try doing in summary, so that way not every one of you will want to kill me / unsubscribe. Basically, yeah, awesome. I would say that ×2, as yeah, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, right, gunner, on hand, wing repair, engine, compressor, and radiator. Hoorah. But yeah, so I would say Russian aircraft. What would we say? Well, I would say the Russian aircraft. Oh, bloody hell! I would have stealth ammunition on that one. I would say that Russian aircraft are very good. I'd say very specific. Ground attack wise, and probably in historical battles, they are pretty effective at knocking out enemy vehicles. Perhaps they are similar in that respect to probably the Americans, because the Americans have quite specific aircraft. I mean, how they've got the Mustang, you know, they've got powerful P-39s, they've got dive bombers, and I would still state that Russia at the moment is currently my least favourite nation to fly in, simply because maybe I haven't got to the higher leagues yet, so perhaps I need to fly some of these planes before I say what it is. But at the same time, I don't know. It's difficult to say. I don't enjoy them as much. Maybe that's the best way of saying it. I don't enjoy flying Russian aircraft as much as I say I enjoy flying German, American, or British. I mean, I'm probably going to enjoy the Japanese a fair amount. I am eventually going to start flying them, but at the moment, I'm having lots of enjoyment with the Americans. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, I love the Mitchells. I love the Mitchells. I mean, the B-17s I'm looking forward to flying, but the B-25s I am having such fun with. And I'm surprisingly falling in love with the American aircraft at times, more than my own bloody nation. Because what Britain lacks in certain aspects of variety, America has. I mean, think about it. You've got American army fighters and American naval and bombers. Whereas with England, you've either got the same fighter, the same ground attack, and perhaps the same bomber. And with the exception of the Beaufighter, which is absolutely fantastic, there isn't. You can see where I'm going with. But anyway, back to the main subject at hand. Mother Russia. And, yeah, she's got a good variety of planes. I'm sure later on in the tech tree, when I eventually do hit the higher leagues, I'm pretty sure Russia will come into its own. But at the current moment, I would say least favorite nation to fly. Or I say least fun. Let's say, not favorite, fun. Least fun to fly. I'm sure people out there will disagree with me. But at the moment, and it's not a prejudice against Russia, it's just I don't enjoy Russian aircraft. I mean, that said, in my terms of enjoying aircraft, Russia is my least fun. So yeah, least fun to fly. I'm still recovering from a cold, as you can tell. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Very well armed, very well equipped for ground attack and for knocking out planes with like a couple of shots, but least favourite to fly nonetheless. So, at least fun to fly. I keep forgetting to say fun. least fun to fly. So there you go. If you guys, that's pretty much it for this episode. So if you guys like this kind of series, feel free to let me know by typing it in the comments section down below, clicking on the like button, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully by the time I've uploaded this, or at least by the time I make another video, I will have lost the cold. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm just Craphoder signing off. I'm gonna go blow my nose now. See you guys.